Okay, I'm Chairman Andy Fulton. I'll call to order the November 17th, 2020 meeting of the Ware Conservation Commission. Meeting starting at 7:05 p.m. And due to the COVID-19 coronavirus crisis and in accordance with Governor Sununu's emergency order number 12 pursuant to Executive Order 2020-04, the Conservation Commission is authorized to meet electronically, although we do have a combination here, electronically and in the meeting room. So we do have a physical location manned by 3 members. That's terrific, who have availed themselves of that possibility. We have 3 members joining in remotely for a full membership and a quorum tonight. Public is, as always, welcome to the meeting room. And we have administrative support on our minutes tonight. Thank you, Naomi. I appreciate that. Okay, so with that, I will jump back into the screen if I can see where I click here. All right, now I'm back with you all. So we have a very brief agenda this evening. In that we have no members. I'll just start from the top, and we will entertain a motion regarding the October 28th, 2020 meeting minutes. Or I guess I'll start it off with just one comment. Can you guys hear me in the meeting room?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have just one comment, and we'll see if anybody else has more on the minutes. I'd like them to be changed to reflect that the field mowing or the mowing is not for along the access road or the access area. It's for mowing the meadow on Concord Stage Road next to the cemetery. So that was the only clarification that I came across, or a point that should be clarified. Anybody have any other catches or comments on that? Let's see, there being none mentioned, do we have a motion to
Accept the minutes?
we got a motion by, was that Sherry?
It was Lori.
Lori has a motion to accept the minutes as drafted with the one edit on the mowing.
Yes.
And the second on that?
Sure. I can't vote on it. I have to abstain.
And
This is Bill. I'll second it.
okay, so it's still. Okay, thanks, Bill. I appreciate you saying your name. That'll clarify things for me. So we've got a motion made by Lori, seconded by Bill. Any other comments on the minutes? This being a mixed meeting, I'll do a roll call. This is a motion to approve the minutes. What do you say, Bill?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Sherry?
I have to abstain. I wasn't at the meeting.
You'll abstain. Michael?
Yes.
And Steve?
Yes.
And I also say yes. So we have 5 yeas and 1 abstention with Sherry abstaining. So we're all set with the minutes. That was helpful to have the support on those. Jumping back to the agenda. We have one plan that's come to our attention, a subdivision plan for Donald and Judith Rogers. That's tax map 411 lot 6, with the purpose of the plan being to depict a 2-lot subdivision on Deering Center Road. And Steve, I'm going to hand this over to you just for reiterating your comments on this one to get it started anyways.
Okay, sounds good. That was the plan that was emailed around. Kelly initially emailed it, and I think somebody else sent it around. Seems like it went around twice. My only comment was in the notes. There's a there's a note in there about the wetlands being delineated by some different person. And the plan doesn't show any wetlands. So it's just not clear if that was like a cut and paste kind of a thing where they took a different plan, or if there really should have been some wetlands on there. Just not clear what's going on there, but there's no wetland stamp as well. So the footnote that's on that plan has got some problems.
Okay, thanks for those observations, Steve. Did I hear another comment?
Yeah, there's no wetlands. This piece of property is just down the road from me. There's no wetland there. It's going to abut where Peter Stockhouse lives. It abuts his property line. There's no wetland in there that I'm aware of.
Okay,
So it must have been a cut and paste from some previous plan or something.
It maybe have been from even Don, though. Don and Judy's house sits on the high piece there, so I don't know. It's wet way back down in, but not up where the houses are.
so how would that work? If our subdivisions are supposed to be surveyed for jurisdictional wetlands and there are no wetlands, are you still required to stamp it as a wetland scientist? Any idea, Steve?
No, that'd be a Craig question. I just think the problem with this plan is when you look at the note, there's a wetland certification line in there, and it says wetlands were delineated in accordance with the Army Corps of Engineers Wetland Delineation Manual.
Technical report, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got some about June 2019 by Timothy FERWERDA for water mapping.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the problem, you know. I mean, what are they trying to tell us there, you know, with that note? Because that person's stamp is not on there. And if we're going to say that they would, you know, if I understand what they're trying to say.
So is it as simple as having a note to Craig that there ought to be an affirmative or a negative comment if the property's actually been checked for wetlands?
Yeah, I don't know the subdivision regulations good enough in this case, but I mean, if that person's name is on there as having delineated something,
Yeah.
then it should be stamped and shown. Otherwise, I don't know if there's a needs to be a statement saying there were no wetlands, or just delete that paragraph. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing is I don't know. I mean, yeah, someone just needs to find out what actually happened on the ground. Because I mean, there is a bigger parcel there, so we don't know if he went around and looked at the bigger parcel, and that's why they came up with where this particular subdivision proposed lot is occurring. Who knows? You know, you just can't tell.
Right. Seems like something that they should be able to clear up fairly easily.
Yep, definitely.
Just making them aware of that. Any other thoughts on the subdivision plan? There being none, once I'm done typing here, we'll move on. Okay. All right, so that's moving on to essentially nothing else. Based on Naomi or Help's check of the mail, there's no additional correspondence since the last meeting. Wetlands Bureau, DES, or otherwise. And I'll just start with myself. As far as other items. Just note that the town website for the Conservation Commission, the webpage suggests we don't have a chairman. And as enticing as that might be to be a regular member, it probably should be modified to reflect that we did select a commission chair last week or a couple of weeks ago, last meeting. So I will I'll notify, I'll let Naomi know about that, as the minutes will also reflect it. Anything else from anyone else? Maybe Steve, if there's any update regarding the appraisal that we fully authorized last meeting.
Yeah, the Jeremy and Marcia had emailed. I guess they were trying to get in touch with Bill about the status of the snowmobile trail up through that part of the town. And then I guess according to the landowner, the snowmobile club does not have like a deeded easement or anything. They've just got a verbal permission for the trail to go through there. Was the email correspondence.
So that's just an observation, not an action item, or is there some action that needs to be done with that?
No, unless there's something wrong about, I mean, with that statement. No, it's just something that goes into the appraisal.
Sure.
Yeah, I think.
Steve, this is Bill. You're very correct. That's just a verbal permission from the landowner. And we're forwarding an email copy of the map, which is an overlay on the tax map, so it'll be very accurate. And she called me the other day, and I went over this stuff with her, but we'll have an email off to her just as soon as I can get a minute to take it off the map and send it to her.
Okay, thanks.
So,
I don't think it really affects the appraisal one way or the other. I think it's just an accuracy thing.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
But that sounds like something that will be tightened up if we get to the point of purchase.
It doesn't really have to be. It's whatever we decide to do. If anyone feels compelled to, create an easement, or if they just want to leave it the way it is, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Good to know about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, was there a comment from the meeting room?
Oh, this is Bill. We'll just cross that bridge when we get to it.
Sure. All right, folks, we're looking at a very quick termination here tonight. Any other thoughts, items to share with the commission from Michael or Lori or Sherry? Unfinished business, things to consider for next time?
Well, Cortland Ave, and
What's that?
we talked about Cortland
Right.
Ave at the last meeting, and Naomi was going to check with the town engineer to see if they would perambulate the boundaries, I believe.
Right, and that's well reflected in the minutes from last time.
Right.
So we just need to keep keep mentioning that, or keeping that on the record, because after the fact is a very different proposition.
Is Naomi there tonight or no?
Yes. Yes, I am, Steve.
So,
I was not aware of that, so good. What do you think, Naomi, on that one? Anything for us to do? Anything
I don't-
new on that, or?
So right now, as I explained, I guess I elaborated in the minutes, I took the liberty to do that, as we've got one that we're having Keach do now. It was one off of Hilburn, and he's verifying all the monuments and things like that. Cortland, due to the paving plant's closing, the top coat didn't put on, so we aren't going to be accepting it. But your comment, and it is in our, it's in our foresight to do that, as well as we're doing with the other one.
And just remember the point on that, Naomi, or one of the main points for us is we're keenly interested on the back of the lots, not just the frontage along the road.
Yeah, totally understand, and that's because it's conservation area, just like the one
Yeah.
that we're doing now, so we can't
It is.
we can't be faulted for treating somebody differently, that's what I'm looking at.
All right, so remind me which one is, if you can, which one is underway now?
The one in Hilburn, been a couple years, Gary Fitzgerald had it, off
Oh,
of Daniels
okay.
Road. Take Twin Bridge to Daniels
Yeah.
Road to Hilburn.
This is a,
High
well,
Rock,
that-
High Rock Development. Does that sound
right,
familiar?
a very old one, very old.
Yes,
We're-
it's very old.
we're
The
on-
pavement's been down for a couple of years. And he's
Oh,
just getting
well,
around
yeah,
to,
at
he
least
just got
that.
around,
Okay,
he just got around to put the top coat on this year. And so now he's looking for final approval and there's a checklist to go
right,
through.
right. That is similar with the interest around the back of the lots. Absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right, Laura, you good with tonight? Any other items from the meeting room?
Andy, one quick question. Your next meeting would be regular December 9th. That sound familiar? I'll just keep an eye on plans and keep you guys. We did ask the PDFs from the surveyors and the engineers, so you'll be getting those.
Oh,
sheets. So,
that would be excellent. And this worked quite well. So thank you.
you're welcome.
Good. You all set, Michael? Steve?
Yeah, I'm good. Just also want to say that I went ahead and left a voicemail for Gary Wilson about mowing that that little field. So
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Looks like the window should be open for that a little longer, so hopefully it goes. If not, it's not the end of the world either.
yeah, exactly.
Andy, are you
All
gonna
right,
let
we got
Craig
that,
know on the subdivision?
Excellent last motion.
Andy, are you gonna let Craig know your concerns on the plan for?
Yeah, I have an email. I just need to press. Yes, I just need to attach a CC to that and I'll be sending it along once we're off here. Cause they meet in a couple nights, right?
They meet Thursday night, yes, this Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that right off. Just need a couple clicks and then I'll send it tonight.
Okay.
All right, where's the motion coming from this time?
Hey, can I ask one quick question? Do you know, and this will probably be something that Naomi would have to maybe ask. As a commission, can we make any guidelines for conservation land use? Like, I know one problem that's come up. I'm not sure how bad it is and where, but you know, I've seen it in other towns as well. But you know, we have had this problem actually, but with people leaving tree stands in the woods like year round. I've seen some other towns say, you know, you can't put them until August. You got to have them out by like January, and you got to have your name on them. But just curious. I think we've also said, you know, you can't really camp without our permission. But I'm not. I just don't think we have like a set of, you know, kind of rules. We've always just taken things as they come. I'm just wondering, you know, do we actually have that authority or not, or is that something you have to throw out there as a warrant article to be able to make administrative guidelines for using town property?
So Steve, I will, I'll ask Laura that question because I don't know if it's governed by RSA or what it is, but I'm happy to throw that out to Laura for you.
Okay, yeah, you got the crux of it, right? Just
I do.
okay, awesome. Thanks.
Good point. Thanks, Steve.
Do you want to go back to your motion?
I'm waiting.
I'll make a motion.
We have a second.
I'll
Do we have a
I'll
second
second.
on the? All right, Michael, we've got a Motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
How about thumbs up from the meeting room?
All yeses.
I think I've lost you. You seem frozen at the meeting room. Everybody okay with adjourning?
Yes.
Yes, Andy.
I heard some yeses. All right, 7:25, meeting adjourned. Thank you, Naomi, and good night all.
Good night.